Do you have an empty slot? Yeah, I had to move a couple things around, but I'll make it work. So I know some of you kind of follow me on Instagram or might have seen this also, but the Great Divide turned 3 today. 3 years old. Blew my mind. It feels like it's 2 years old because this whole year it's kind of been a wash. But it's 3 today. So I made a post earlier, but I'm going to do a big online sale. 30% off everything on my online store. So I've got a link in the description and a link pinned in the comments. Oh, actually, I don't have the store in the comments. Can we do the store in the comments? We got it. Yeah, so 30% off everything, vinyl copies. This is the first time I've ever worn my own shirt. We got back from the mountains, laundry day. I had to tap into my own merch. I call that a half-truth, right? I think this is the first time I've had, it's like an Inception type thing. So bear with me. So, what I thought I'd do for this episode, I know we've performed the records before, but if you guys have some requests, throw them in the comments. But I do want to run through the Great Divide front to back, an homage to the record that officially released out into the world 3 years ago today. It only feels right. So let me do that, and I'm also going to play a couple of songs that we recorded in the studio that didn't make it on the record. One of them you guys have heard before, but it was a different version of it. And another one that I'm sure you haven't heard because I haven't played it probably since we left it on the cutting room floor in Durham, North Carolina at Overdub Lane. So let me run through the checklist here. Hit a button here. There we go. Is this like Learn Your Computer Day 101? No, this is Halloween and it's Saturday, so let's do this. All right, welcome, folks. So in the true fashion, I'm gonna start off with the title track from this song. This is called The Great Divide. We got sound, we all good? Pearly, you good? She could care less, we're good. Yep, Leah, it sure was. Thank you for the housing. Can you believe that was 3 years ago? That came before. No matter how the wind blows, it cuts through these weary bones. Time to get back into the ray of sun. Don't we all? Now 31 shades of gray mixed into the landscape. It's a hurricane omen, or the calm before the storm. is home. There's a little bit of magic when you're jumping to the great unknown. Oh, but you don't have to jump from the great divide. But oh baby, if you do, well, I'll catch you on the other side. Sum of all your choices, or just scared of all the voices. Either way, baby, you gotta let your love light shine. Follow that love forever, 'cause baby, I gotta tell ya, I feel like I'm in heaven. Oh baby, when you smile. Like those creatures that came before. No matter how the wind blows, it cuts through these weary bones. Time to get back into a ray of sun. 'Cause there's a little bit of magic when you're jumping to the great unknown. Oh, but you don't have to jump from the great divide. But oh baby, if you do, well, I'll catch you on the other side. Oh, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Welcome, folks. Yeah, we walk along the ocean, just like those creatures that came before. No matter how the wind blows, it cuts through these weary bones. Time to get back into the ray of sun. There's a little bit of magic when you're jumping to the great unknown. Oh, but you don't have to jump from the great divide. There's a little bit of magic when you're jumping to the great unknown. But you don't have to jump from the great divide. But oh baby, if you do, well, I'll catch you on the other side. You will catch you on the other side. And we're off. Cheers, folks. See that, Jason? That was muscle memory to put it back in the slot, the old guitar slot it normally goes in. So yeah, still getting used to having one more guitar. So I am doing a double duty tonight. What I mean by that is I'm streaming live to Instagram and to Facebook. And shit, this thing is dead. Hang tight. And we're back. What a miss. So Instagram Live and Facebook Live. Just now tuning in, I'm doing the Great Divide, the last full band record I put out, turns 3 years old today. I said it earlier, it really feels like it's 2 because this year has just kind of been a wash. But it's 3, and I remember a lot of things about that record. Not only where we recorded it, but which we recorded it at Overdub Lane in Durham. A guy named Jason Merritt engineered it. Phenomenal engineer. We still keep in touch. And it ended up kind of being a hybrid record. I chose Overdub Lane because it was one of the kind of handfuls of studios that still recorded 2-inch tape, still had an analog 2-inch tape machine there. And since I had done that with my solo record that I put out a little bit before that full band record, I kind of wanted to do it analog, the old way, live in the studio type thing. Because I had rehearsed the band that kind of put together for that record were all old friends. So when we started rehearsing to go record that record, there was no square pegs and round holes. It was all, we all fell right back in line. It's funny how you kind of, you don't ever kind of forget that. When you play with the right people and you put enough gigs, hundreds of gigs under your belt, you don't ever really forget that. This thing needs new strings. So we went to Overdub Lane, and it ended up being kind of a hybrid record. What I mean by that is, it's predominantly analog, but we did do some Pro Tools overdubs on some like background vocals, and because I was doing all the background vocals, so I can't sing harmonies at the same time. So ended up kind of being a hybrid, but happy with how it came out, and that was our first time pressing vinyls. So circling back around to the SHALLOWEEN sale that I'm doing today, 30% off everything on my online store. So if you're on Facebook, link in the description where you can check that out. Everything on the store. So not just from the vinyl pressings or the shirts. I'm actually wearing one of them for the first time tonight. This thing keeps coming undone. That's all right. I kind of got, what is this? Indie Americana Home Studio Mr. Rogers edition. I'm okay with that. Nobody's just one thing, folks. All right, moving on. So there's the link in the description there on Facebook. On Instagram, if you're tuning in, you can go to the link in my bio. Or that link just showed up. Thank you, Pearly Girl. All right, so since The Great Divide turned 3 years old today, I'm playing the record straight through. And I swear there won't be that much banter in between these. I'm just kind of getting dialed in here. But talk to me. Where are you guys tuning in from? Are y'all trick-or-treating? Is anybody trick-or-treating live right now? Like actually like watching this on their phone while they're trick-or-treating? That'd be a feat. I'm really wondering. Usually we don't get trick-or-treaters here where we live, but we might get one interrupted. Do we even have any candy here? We don't have any candy here. Oh my God. We don't eat candy here. What's that? Yeah, we did. Remember a few years back, we did have like one trick-or-treater. And I'm pretty sure I gave him all the candy I bought. It was like an outrageous amount. I remember his face. I was like, you're the only one that's come by, man. You can have all of this because we don't eat it. I didn't say that to him, but in my head, I'm like, I don't want this here. So, might be giving out apples. What's that? Or smart cakes? If you know, you know. If you don't, then they're a delicious treat for people that don't eat sugar. Man, y'all are really seeing inside the inside the dysfunction over here. You know, we're not Grinches or anything. We just don't normally get trick-or-treaters. What I was thinking was maybe I should turn off the front porch light, but then I was like, to like be sure nobody came. But then I'm like, well, I don't mind if somebody comes. But then they're gonna mind because I don't have anything to give them. I'm like, hey, here's a $5. Sorry. Ay. This stream really got away from me, didn't it? We're one song in and 30 minutes in. Here's a song called River That Sings. That's the second track off The Great Divide. Wow. Instead of the story with this one, I'm just going to play it for you. Thank you all for bearing with me. I don't see everybody running for the door, the virtual door here, exiting stage left. So thank you all for bearing with all that. River That Sings. Place where everything moves a little slow, from the fields up to the moonlight, the way it makes that river glow. Got a little bit older, started to hear that sound. Used to hear the people talk about it, never knew what they meant, but I know now. But I know now. Huh! Let's go now. Hey! Deep, where the folklore got its fame. Then I moved up the river bed, straight to your radio waves. Percy Sledge to the Rolling Stones on 2-inch tape, that swamper tone. Listen to the river, that river that sings. Take me to that river. that place where everything moves a little slow. From the fields up to the moonlight, the wind makes that river glow. Got a little bit older, and we're the ones making that sound. Yeah, the people gather around us, shower us with love and pass it around. Take me to the river, it's that river that sings. That river that sings. To that place where everything moves a little slow. From the fields up to the moonlight, the way it makes that river glow. Thank you. You can't be posting funny stuff like that. Almost cracked in the middle of that one. Yeah, but you're so right. Anybody that shows up is getting a copy of The Great Divide, and that's about it. Hayes, what's up, man? How are you doing, brother? I know, right? I know. So that was track 2 off The Great Divide there. Remind me what track number 3 was. Was it Stitch? Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's do it on the new guitar. Breedlove sent me this one. And I haven't really put it down. Little small body concertina. So we while I get tuned up here, we got a couple cool things in store for you guys for this month. Breedlove has made me their featured artist for November. So, how cool, right? And honored, humbled. So we have some live streams and stuff in mind, and we're kind of working out the exact schedule for it, but we got some cool things in store for you. So I think the stream count and what we're actually doing is going to be bumped up a little bit in November. So as soon as we have all that old schedule kind of ironed out, I'll definitely be passing the info along to you guys. Cheers. Episode 63. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Halloween, folks. Song here called Stitch. 1, 2. Well, you love me, told me you love me. but you treat me like a loaded gun. And I told you, baby, keep your distance, 'cause you know what I'm capable of. What I'm capable of. A pillow talk became a whisper. Yeah, but there was no one awake. No one was there, no one was listening. But it kept our love alive and well. Baby, how can you tell? Because with every breath we fade out of the thing that took a lifetime to make. We built it with conviction. We built ourselves a home. I guess I'm just one stitch from coming undone. I got the highest hopes for a hopeless man to have. But I held your heart like a child with its hand reaching out. Now, baby, I'm reaching out. Because with every breath we fade out of the thing that took a lifetime to make. So we built it with conviction. We built ourselves a home. I guess I'm just one stitch from coming undone. We fade out of the thing that took a lifetime to make. Yeah, we built it with conviction. We built ourselves a home. But I guess I'm just one stitch from coming undone. Yeah, you know I've been one stitch. Baby, I know you've been one stitch. We've all been one stitch from coming undone. I like it. I do. Let me see here. Track number 4 with the curve, right? Yep. Now, I didn't... track number 4 from The Great Divide. If you're just now tuning in, I'm playing that record front to back because today it turns 3 years old. Let me catch up on the comments here. Oh, Kevin, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Such a bright little happy. No, on that song, it wasn't even plugged in. It's this little microphone here. I'm just running like a 2 mic setup. On some of them, I run a line in, but it's like maybe 20% of the signal. I've kind of tweaked it along the way. Sure you guys can hear right away. This one's a Canon compared to that one. I mean, just the body alone on this thing is almost twice as thick. Which doesn't make it better, it just makes it different. It does a thing. remember when I was first searching for guitars or trying to find the one that was the right fit for me. I was, give me the biggest guitar, give me a J200, I thought, the bigger the body, because I was a solo performer, so I really needed that low end to kind of carry and hold a crowd. But once I started learning more about it, the tone woods and what kind of wood it is just as important as the shape. Especially the back and sides. Really dictate that low end. Which these are rosewood, so rosewood has that big old low booty. I like it. Cheers, folks. Thanks for being here. The curve. Well, there's some things that just happen. They throw a wrench in your plans, and you come out dirty on the other side, and you call yourself a man. I held your heart like a wounded dove, and I tried to fix your wings. All that time I spent alone, I tried to teach you how to fly right back to me. I never wanted my condition to find its way to you, but I guess I'll never know how much you knew until we're through. But I think about that love we shared like a how every curve we took led to the unknown. And every curve we took led to the unknown. Some people come for comfort, some people come for sand, and they walk along the beach and pick up shells upon never did quite understand why you long for that coast. You said it reminds you of those long walks on the levee on those Mississippi mornings. I never wanted my condition to find its way to you, but I guess I'll never know how much you knew till we're through. But I think about that love we shared, just like a panhandle road, and how every curve we took, baby, led to the unknown. Every curve we took led to the unknown. Some people live to gamble, they'll lay it all on the line, and they pray that those 3 sevens fall in place here side by side. One-armed bandits waiting on bullets and that glass in dead man's hand. Well, I'd rather make my own luck being right here with you, playing these songs and where I stand. took led to the unknown. There's some things that just happen, yeah, they throw a wrench in your plans. They come out dirty on the other side, and then you call yourself a man. I held your heart like a wounded dove, and I tried to fix your wing. But all that time I spent alone, I tried to teach you how to fly right back to me. Thank you. Song there called The Curve. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. Post in the comments, Instagram and Facebook where you're tuning in from if you feel like it. This is episode 63 of a live stream I've been doing since March. This is I do this live stream every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And we got a good little community here. You're in good company, so welcome. And if you have to you're kind of dipping in, dipping out, you're doing other stuff, but you wanna maybe check this out later, or if you have a like-minded friend that you think might be into what I'm doing, then all these episodes are archived on my YouTube channel. You can just search Travis Shallow, and it's an official artist channel that should come right up. World will turn, right? All right, working my way through this record. The only reason I know the order of this because I imagine the actual vinyl record. A side, B side. This is the first track on the B side, I believe. That's right? Actually, I'm not sure if that's right. But if you missed the intro to this, or the intro to this live stream, after I run through this record, I'm gonna play two songs that we recorded that didn't make it on the record. One of them you might have heard already. It was a full band version of One Foot in the Water. We played it like a cab was waiting for us outside, and we had to rush through it. And purposely, by the way, we played like an old like a stroke song or something, which was fun in the moment, but was not a cohesive song. It didn't fit into this batch of songs, so. Thank you, Jason. Cheers, folks. Thank y'all for being here. There's a song here called World Will Turn, which I hope stays true. All right. clipper and a yellow submarine. Now the sailors all were singing songs of love and devotion. Saxophones one blowing, love supreme. All right, yeah. Well, it seems that you were searching for a higher education, trying to heal and nail a nation, but you brought it to its knees. And they slapped each other's shoulders and exclaimed congratulations. But they lost a generation, never to be seen. No, baby, never to be seen. One thing, baby, that I can say, we'll be there on Judgment Day. One thing, baby, that I have learned, with or without you, the world will turn. I hope that's true. No, baby, the world will turn. So I got me a princess, she's strung out again in Paris, staring at the twilight. But baby, can you hear the angels sing? Buried her in sealing wax in a giant scarlet coffin, filled it up with poetry and the sons of kings. And oh, baby, I treat you like a queen. One thing, baby, that I can say, we'll be there on Judgment Day. One thing, baby, that I have learned, with or without you, the world will turn. You know it's true. Without me and without you. My songs in the Carolinas, make a decent living. But I spied a young cowboy and said, hey, play me a song. He said, come sit beside me, I tell you my sad story. I'm a dying young cowboy, and you know I done wrong. No, baby, I done wrong. One thing, baby, that I can say, we'll be there on Judgment Day. One thing, baby, that I have learned, with or without you, the world will turn. Hey now, baby, now we can say, we'll be there holding hands on Judgment Day. One thing, baby, I have learned, with or without you, the world will turn. You know, baby, now we can say, we'll be there holding hands on Judgment Day. I told you one thing, child, that I have learned. With or without you, the world will turn. You know it's true. Without me and without you, and oh baby, the world will turn. Thank you, thank you. A song there called World Will Turn. If you're just now hopping on, either on Facebook or Instagram, I kind of see the turnover on Instagram. Welcome. My name's Travis Shallow. I do this live stream every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Happy Halloween. This is episode 63. There's a bunch of links in the description. Not a bunch of links. Moderate amount of links. Hopefully not too confusing amount of links in the description on Facebook. But I'm doing a sale on my online store, 30% off everything on my online store: shirts, hats, koozies, vinyl copies of this last record, vinyl copies of the last single I put out. Just go check it out. There's a link in my bio. I am performing the last full band record I put out called The Great Divide, front to back, because it turns 3 years old today. I think that should get everybody kind of caught up. What's the next one? Paper Trail. I like it. So for a while, I wasn't even attempting to do Paper Trail, which is this next song I'm doing, because it was such a full band song. It was a rock and roll song. But I did it, and I didn't hate it. Solo acoustic, so I've kind of added it back to my arsenal here. Let me see here. I hope so too. You know, they don't. You know, I'm doing this just as much for my own mental health as I'm doing it for my job. So yeah, a little feedback here. So oh yeah, use the coupon code SHALLOWEEN at checkout for the 30% off. I hope this isn't getting too QVC-y. It's one thing when you type out a coupon code and post it, but saying it out loud sounds like a set it and forget it type punchline. It'll be all right. We'll get through it. Yeah, so there's no live shows on the books right now. This is what I'm doing. So as well as to go along with the online sale, I do have some virtual tip jar links in the description and pinned in the comments on Facebook. There's really no way to do that on Instagram, so you can always go to TravisShallow.com. But first and foremost, folks, I always say this: there's no paywall here, and there's no obligations or homework to do it all. I know a lot of you guys have been tuning in week and week out, so it's you get it. We get it. We good. We get it. Song here called Paper Trail. Let's do it. I might have to take the old Mr. Rogers off for this. I don't know if it heated up outside or if I just got heated up in here. That one got you? Oh man, these are soft. Now it's QVC. Here we go. Taking a ride with the devil, pretty soon he's always gonna drive. But catching a ride every now and again won't kill you. But then again, he's taking those close friends of mine the shortest drives. The shortest drives. Devil don't leave a paper trail. We don't stick around the scene of the crime. For every mile of that highway, there's a mile of ditch on each side. I know that's where the devil lives, but nobody can tell. 'Cause the devil don't leave a paper trail. Huh. Has a shadow, baby. Can you feel it dragging you down? Are the dark days over? Are you waiting on a supernova so you can take it underground? I told you, baby, I don't wanna have to take it underground. Water, for starters. The devil don't leave a paper trail. We don't stick around the scene of the crime. For every mile of that highway, there's a mile of ditch on each side. I know that's where the devil lives. The devil lives. The devil don't leave a paper trail. Don't stick around the scene of the crime. For every mile of that highway, there's a mile of ditch on each side. I know that's where the devil lives, but nobody can tell. Nobody can tell. 'Cause the devil don't leave a paper trail. Thank you, thank you. A song there called Paper Trail. Cheers. Still just doesn't really feel the same without the rhythm section behind me, especially on those hits. That was my favorite part about writing that song. On each side, I know that's where the devil lives. The devil lives. All right, the next one is Backseat Dreamer. All right, Backseat Dreamer. I remember this. We were looking for an intro for this. Oh, no, not this one. That was for Stitch when Bob had the 12 string. And the slide part. That's right. Never mind, false alarm. This is the one I was driving down College Road and saw this kid in the back of a car just staring out the window right into the sun. I remember just thinking, man, I wonder what he's thinking. I like to be, a little existential and hopeless and hopeful about it. That maybe who knows how big he was dreaming then. So I think I just said, look at that little backseat dreamer. I think you were in the car with me, weren't you? Yeah, she was. See? That's the best part about telling the truth, right? You don't have to remember what you said. What's that? I know it was. I think that's a Mark Twain quote, by the way. If that one hits you and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not mine. The telling the truth part, that is. The backseat dreamer is an original. All right, backseat dreamer, let's do it. Wherever that kid is, I hope he's having the best Halloween of his life. Let's send this one out to him. It might have even been that one kid that came to the house that day that I gave 40 pounds of candy to. You just never know. The webs we weave. How many times have you found me here, saying, baby, just wait, I'll prove them all wrong, licking my wounds, spinning in the air, and now I'm striking that match just to pull the alarm, and I know you've been waiting, it's been a long time coming. I know you've been waiting a long time. You can say you got me on the run, a backseat dreamer staring straight into the sun. I'll miss that race to the top, searching for a signal and waiting for the drop. I know it's been a long time coming, and I know it's been a long time. Been a long, long time. It took all we had to keep it on the tracks, 'cause our love pulls a little strong these days. I picked a destination and never look back, but now looking back, it was the only way. You can see you got me on the run, a backseat dreamer staring straight into the sun. I'll miss that race to the top, searching for a signal and waiting for the drop. And I know it's been a long time coming, and I know it's been a long time coming. But you can see you got me on the run, backseat dreamer staring straight into the sun. I'll miss that race to the top, searching for a signal and waiting for the drop. And I know it's been a long time coming, and I know it's been a long time. found me here. Saying, baby, just wait, prove them all wrong. Thank you, thank you. Come on in. All right, I think this is the last song coming up from that record. And while I got you here, let me tell you about the people that were on it, that played on it. On drums, based out of Wilmington, North Carolina, still a good friend of mine, Brian Mason. Playing all the low notes. Nickname, got a few nicknames. One of them's Short Dog, one of them's Jam, and but his name's Jason Moore. Phenomenal bass player. He was my roommate for a few years. Miss that guy. He still lives here in town, but actually, you know, I just talked. He's one of those guys that, like, no matter how much time goes in between the last time you guys talked, you fall right back into place. And his initials are JAM, so that's why we call him Jam. And then my co-pilot through the whole thing, the phenomenal Bob Russell. Bob Russell was like the utility guy in the studio. Did all the lead stuff, or 90% of the lead stuff. Probably more than that. I'm not good at percentages. And some organ stuff as well. We both did some Rhodes stuff. He did some 12-string stuff. He even helped me arrange. He helped me kind of get Paper Trail in order too. The solo section and stuff, how we come back in. So Bob Russell, my brother, co-pilot, hands together. I miss the hell out of Bob. I've only seen him, like, he lives right here in town. We did a couple videos together early on in the thing, and then I started this. I think if you've never heard Bob play, not only does he have some great solo stuff, some solo self-produced stuff out there, but he's at maybe episode 20, 21, 22. Am I way off on that? He actually sat in with me and did a couple episodes over here. So then they're all archived on YouTube. So go check those out. I think, was it episode 21, 22? Am I way off? Come on, you're supposed to know everything. You don't have to check. The thumbnail shows two of us on YouTube. But then we had a couple guest players too. A good friend of mine, Tom Gosson. 21, was that right? 21, 22 was the episodes Bob was on. Look at that. Not just a hat rack. My brain, that is. Oh yeah, and episode 1, which was like the ILM Virtual Music Festival that kind of kicked this whole thing off. So episode 1, then episode 21 and 22 features Bob Russell right here. He was like right here. And all right, Tom Gosson lended some great piano parts. Also helped with some of the string arrangements. I believe on Backseat Dreamer, the choruses and stuff, we tackled that together. Phenomenal singer, songwriter. He was in Nashville for a few years. He was in a band called Gloriana. You might want to check them out. But they actually opened for Taylor Swift for 2 years. So he's kind of done the dance and went there and did it, and then came back. We were dear friends before that, and now he lives back in Wilmington, and we hang and do some writing together, and really we like exchange mixing notes of our own stuff more, because we both were in this phase where we started self-producing ourselves and mixing our own songs. So we've kind of been. He's a dear friend of mine, put it that way. So a big hand for Tom for all of his help. Phenomenal. Then Mike Hickman on cello. Mike Hickman played a beautiful cello part on "Come On In," this next song, the last song on the record. We tracked that cello live at Low Tide Studio. I remember that. He did one pass, so he did one take, and I was like, I think that's it. But we have the place for a night, so let's do a few more. And we ended up doing some more and being like, the first take was it, which you'd be shocked on how often that is. There's like this little guy that sabotages every take after the one that I think is it. So it's like, you have studio time, or, you get the one take, you're like, most of the time it's the first take, with me personally. But then we have the studio, let's do it again. Let's run it one more time. Let's let's tighten the screws a little bit. Nah, the little guy inside of me sabotages it, and that's the take. And we had one more guest appearance on it. A great guitar player named Michael McAdam. That he was Steve Earle's guitar player, Steve Earle and the Dukes, on those first few records. So I think Guitar Town and Copperhead Road, I'm sure you're familiar with that one. That was Michael McAdam. So he actually flew in. He was on tour with Chris Knight, and he flew in from Austin. We were at Overdub Lane for 8 days, I believe, maybe 7 days. He flew in on like the second to last day, and I picked him up from the airport. He came in. Not only did he have perfect pitch, but he had no chord charts and had never heard the songs. And he came in, listened to the song one time, and did the chord charts on it by ear. Didn't want me to tell him anything. We were just hanging out because he's a pro. It's like, it's all the Nashville number system. If you're a musician that's tuned in, I'm sure you get it. But it was interesting to see somebody like that operate. So he did. He laid down a couple guitar stuff, some guitarmony parts that played off of Bob that was really nice. So that's the part of the record I'm talking about being a hybrid. So wow, that was like I'm doing like the whole rundown of that record. But all those guys, wherever they are, I love y'all. That was a fun record to make, and everybody that put their time and sweat and tears into that thing. Because it's a DIY thing. It's me running the ship, but it's everybody bringing their piece of the puzzle to make something happen. Such an interesting process. It's just such a weird process to look at. Nothing exists at one point, and then something exists, and then you play it. I still don't want to ever get like too used to that. You know what I mean? It's such a strange profession, but it's like, there's a lot of times it just doesn't feel like work. There's a lot of times when it does. But Jason, you know it. What a long, strange trip it's been. So wherever those guys are, Brian, Jam, Bob. Why'd I just do this to myself and do a list? Jason Merritt behind the console. We went to Dark Pine Studio to do some mixing on a Neve console in Graham, North Carolina. Greg that mastered it. God, I should have made a list. Max Deering at Dark Pines, thank you. Jim Fox at Low Tide Studio. There was probably about 15 people. Tom Gosson, Mike Hickman, Michael McAdam. A huge thanks to Richard and Leah for letting us stay at their house in Durham while we were recording, so we didn't have to get a hotel room for everybody. I hope you guys are still tuned in, because that's what unbelievable friends do. They open up their house to you and your band to stay there while you're making a record. So, because you're trying to not cut corners, but save a penny everywhere you can. and to not have to put up 4 guys in a hotel room. Oh, I love that you're on here. Thank you so much, Leah. And talk about full circleness. So Michael McAdam, that played with Steve Earle, Chris Knight, Mary Chapin Carpenter, the Mavericks. He's done all this stuff, right? Okay. This is a great story. The rest of the band had left from staying at Richard and Leah's. We were there for one more night, 2 more days in the studio, just me and Michael McAdam doing overdubs. Jason Merritt on the console. We go back to stay at Richard and Leah's, and we walk in, and it was kind of late, but they were still up. Well, they get to talking. Well, they grew up in Greensboro, where I think Richard and Leah were both in Greensboro, and Michael McAdam was in a band called Bryce Street, I think, which was like a shit hot band in Greensboro. Yes, Bryce Street in Greensboro. And they knew each other. I'm like, wait a second. He just flew in from Austin off tour with Chris Knight to record on my record. They haven't seen each other. How long had it been, Leah? 20 years or more? The world is small, folks. So small. So when I came in, I was like, hey, this is Mike. You know, like you just got to. And then they're like, look familiar. Like, what? I'm like, what is happening right now? Really? I'm going to go grab the other guitar and play Come On In. And no, you don't have double vision. This is me on this shirt. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he was playing Austin City Limits but he had a 3-day break. This is how cool Michael McAdam was. I met him a year before, and we did a couple shows together as a duo. And it's so weird how all these things interconnect. But he was on tour with Chris Knight, and he actually used a flying voucher that he had to not have to pay for the full ticket, and use it to fly in and record, and like it was just a lot of people were very selfless and open arms into making that record happen. And the official release was 3 years ago today on SHALLOWEEN. So thank you all for being here with me for it. I do have a couple more songs, but man, that was a long-winded story. But that's what it is. It's funny the things that you remember. I remember the smell of the studio. I remember the tape machines going. I remember we plugged an electric guitar into a Leslie cabinet for an organ, and that's the ethereal stuff on Come On In. So when you hear the spinning in the beginning of Come On In, if you listen to it with headphones, you hear like something kind of scraping. That's the actual horn of the Leslie cabinet going with a guitar through it. Fun stuff. Tone quests. It's funny because you remember the restaurants that you go to, one of this great Peruvian chicken place in Durham. Then we went to this great fried chicken place right down the street from Richard and Leah's. It's like you just remember certain things. You remember the inside jokes just as much as you do the songs. So cheers, folks. Thank you all for being here. It's good to see you, baby. Even in the shape I'm in, you know it doesn't change a thing. Even when you think it will. You left me on my birthday, child, just like a dog on a chain. Now I'm barking at the wind, waiting for the next time you call my name. been a long, hard year. And I've been fighting in the alley, chewing on a bone that you're finished with. So don't come here in diamonds and silk, because he broke your heart again. But then again, oh, if you need a friend, I can't believe I'm saying it, come on in. You still take your coffee black, and did you change that too? Oh yeah, your hair is so short, I never thought you'd do it, but damn, it looks good. We're talking about the old times, baby, love and the truth. But the funny thing is, we're both lying, saying we're somebody new. It's been a long, hard year. And I've been fighting in the alley, chewing on that bone that you're finished with. So don't come here in diamonds and silk, because he broke your heart again. But then again, oh, if you need a friend, I can't believe I'm saying it, come on in. Chewing on that bone that you're finished with. So don't come here in diamonds and silk, because he broke your heart again. But then again, oh, if you need a friend. But then again, if you need a friend, I can't believe I'm saying it, come on in. Thank you. Let me go put this back. So that was the last song from The Great Divide. That was an original tune there called Come On In. So that was The Great Divide record, front to back. So I'm gonna play you one that I haven't played since that day. Since that day in the studio. So this was like the full band version of it was kind of like a had kind of more of like an R&B feel. And it just didn't really fit it. So a song called "Where Do We Go From Here," and kind of when I was writing this record, there was a couple of songs that I'd written. This is kind of like a before and after I quit drinking album. So there was a couple of songs that were before that, and a couple. The Great Divide was the first song I wrote after getting past all that. So, which was the song, it was the first song where I was like, here's a road post to follow where like maybe I can write an album around this song. I'm sure a lot of you knew that already, so this isn't news to a lot of you. But this is one that I'd written before that just didn't really make it on the record, but I love the sentiment of this song, and it's, you know, let's just do it. I said, baby, I know the long nights made you thin. I left you wondering who I'm hanging with. Instead of being by your side, keeping you warm through the night, I'll stay out singing my songs and getting high. But you believed in me when no one did. You picked me up, you put me back together, and time and time and time again. But the stage and the road still calls my name. Yeah, and I don't want to leave you alone, but it's hard to stay in love over the phone. So tell me, baby, where do we go from here? I took my health and all my money and burned them at both ends. I drank till the sun came up, I took every pill. But the only thing that I didn't try was to let your love inside. And for that, baby, yeah, I've written you this song. Pick me up, you put me back together, and time and time and time again. But then stay it's hard to stay in love over the phone. Tell me, baby, where do we go from here? Tell me, baby, where do we go here? And tell me, baby, where do we go? Where do we go from here? Pick me up, you pull me back together, and time again. But that stage and that road still calls my name. Yeah, but I don't wanna leave you alone. We know it's hard to stay in love over the phone. Tell me, baby, where do we go from here? Tell me, baby, tell me where we go from here. Tell me, my baby, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? That never made it on the record. But I thought, since I've played a lot of these songs before, but and I haven't played that song since that day. So felt good to play it for you. We've kind of built a thing, so I want to kind of play something that still on episode 63. We're still pulling out some stuff that I've never done. So there's hope, right? You all right back there? Good. Then we did a version of 1 Foot in the Water. That, like I said, we did it like the song "Owed Us Money" or something. It's like we did it about 100 miles an hour, and so let's end it with that version of 1 Foot in the Water. So this one went long. We longer than usual. Let me hit the bullet points here. Virtual tip jar links in the description and in the comments on Facebook, Instagram, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to have, if you like what you're hearing and you want to know more, link in bio to my website and Spotify and YouTube and all that good stuff. Thank you all for being here. I do this live stream every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. This next month ahead, November, is going to be busy. It's going to be good. Doing a lot of stuff with Breedlove Guitars. I'm their featured artist for the month. So we're going to be doing some more live streams and some pop-up stuff and all kinds of good stuff. And I'm doing a 24-hour sale on my online store, 30% off everything since the Great Divide turns 3 years old today. Shirts, it's the first time I'm even wearing my own shirt, and it is comfy. Not gonna lie. Everything store-wide, the vinyls, everything, 30% off. Use coupon code SHALLOWEEN, and bang. All right, so here is the Great Divide version of One Foot in the Water that didn't make it on the record. It was originally recorded on the Few Good Liars record, and we were gonna put it on this record as well. And it was a version or something like this. Hold on. 2 feet in the water over here. 1, 2, 1.
Leave the light switch on, baby, before you walk away. Hide underneath the covers that keeps the dreams away. I hear the rain is falling, the drops ring on the shade. The pillow's like the devil that brings comfort to my pain. When I'm dreaming of the other side, I got 1 foot in the water and 1 in the flame. Side, I got 1 foot in the water and 1 in the flame. The benediction's calling, the revelation's clear. I hang the Bible over my head while I'm sleeping through the years. I'm always hearing last call while the spirits whispering. I'm beating on that door, but Peter still won't let me in. 'Cause when I'm dreaming of the other side, I got 1 foot in the water and 1 in the flame. 'Cause when I'm dreaming of the other side, I got Well, it's not the cigarette smoke, the whiskey or the wine. It's not your inhibitions or the water changing tide. It's not the female body or the 1,000 times you lied. It's not the promise that you broke that makes your mother cry. And it's the everyday decision slowly fading back in time. And it's the deja vu that makes you think that you have been there twice. Well, so come on with me, baby, 'cause the love you wanna ride. When you get out of your bed this morning, be thankful you're alive. 'Cause when I'm dreaming of the other side, I got one foot in the water and one in the flame. 'Cause when I'm dreaming of the other side, I got one foot in the water and one in the flame. 'Cause when I'm dreaming of that other side, I got one foot in the water and one in the flame, flame, flame. Cause when I'm dreaming of that other side, I got one foot in the water and one in the flame.
There we go. That was the version we left right there on the cutting room floor of the studio. That's it for me tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Starting tomorrow, got some stuff. Not actually tomorrow. The month of November, I'm the featured artist for Breed Love. I can't thank them enough. It's an honor. Humbled. They sent me a guitar. We're gonna do a few videos of talking about the different tunings and stuff that I play in, and do some more songs that way. Virtual tip jar links in the description. Website links, 24-hour sale, 30% off, coupon code SHALLOWEEN. What else am I forgetting here? The new shirts. Just got the design in today, the final one in today. So I know you guys have been bearing with me on that. The guy that's doing the graphic design work for me had a baby a month ago, so it's been ups and downs. But when it, like I told you guys, when it's DIY, all you're doing is putting out fires and getting over the speed bumps that come your way. So good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, there's a lyrics tab on my website now too. So if these songs are new to you or there's some words that got jumbled up, I might sing them a little bit different every now and again, depending on the night, if I'm feeling something. But yeah, there's a lyrics tab on the website now. New shirts are coming. The design does look really cool. I think you guys are gonna like it. So thank you all again for the patience on that. You know what's coming next. Be kind to everybody you run into this week. Most importantly, be kind to yourself, folks. It's hard out there. It's a weird time. It's a full moon. It's Halloween. And clocks set back, election this week. Crazy. So just take it easy on yourself. No, Claire, that wasn't us. We went to a wedding this weekend. Beautiful wedding. What else am I forgetting? Did I hit all the bullet points? I don't know. I just feel good today, folks. I hope you guys do too. It's Halloween. It's just a reflective day for me. Putting this record out 3 years ago. And, there's a lot of days when you feel like you're pushing that boulder up by yourself, but you really aren't, you know. We got a good little community here, and it's good to see every single one of your names that pop up during this feed. I can't wait to actually see a lot of you guys again in person, and a lot of you guys in person for the first time whenever this thing pans itself out. So I feel good. I hope you guys do too. This was a good one. Episode 63 in the books. Pearlie, you got something to say? You want to tell him yourself? She's snoring it up. I'll tell you what she said next episode. You guys be good. Thank y'all for tuning in. Kristen, thank you. Big hand for Kristen for everything she's doing. All right, folks. See you at the next one. We're out. Buy you a shirt.